Okay, so number 9, memory and concentration issues, experiencing brain fog, forgetfulness, or trouble focusing.
Ding, ding, I'm the winner there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, I
See,
can't.
Shelley, I feel like
Your
you
brain
are like
is
the
so in
sharpest.
shape.
I know, but it's going. I know it's going.
Welcome to the Bloom Era. Join Marie, Michelle, Vita, and Michelle, 4 lifelong friends, on our journey through perimenopause. We'll share our stories, insights, and laughter as we embrace this new stage of womanhood. Let's bloom together. Why am I so nervous?
Hey, so welcome to the Bloom Era podcast. We are the Bloom Era ladies, and we are talking about the earliest signs of perimenopause that we might be experiencing. We are all 42 years right now, so we are smack dab in the you're probably in perimenopause ages. And so we're going to go through 10 signs that you might be in perimenopause. But should I do yours first or wait till? Well, let's do the 10 signs.
Yeah, let's do the
okay.
10.
So 10 signs. Irregular periods. Periods become shorter, longer, heavier, or lighter, and the time between cycles may vary. Raise your hand if you have experienced irregular periods yet.
Just like,
I think it only seems irregular because I was always super regular. Like before I had kids, I was always 30 days cycle. And then after I had kids, it was 28 days exactly. And now sometimes it's 25, 26. It's gotten shorter. They've gotten heavier.
Yeah.
So like that.
Right.
I've noticed mine. But then again, like, I don't know how long it takes your body to recover from like kids, though.
Yeah.
Like babies. Like, am I just.
Because you were nursing for a long
I
time.
was, I was nursing,
See,
until about 2 years ago. So, so is it regular? I don't know.
Right.
That's why I'm like,
yeah, that's hard to tell.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
know.
nursed in 7 years, so mine's not that. So.
I can't tell because I don't get a period anymore. So I don't know if it's changing shorter or longer.
But your symptoms are changing at all? Your PMS in general?
Or is
like
that
your
a different
well, that's not yet. No, I think
Okay.
it's just
As far if I kind of try to say my cycle's around the time that those kind of symptoms come up, it seems like it's about the same time.
so you're staying on track.
Seems about that, yeah.
Mine have gotten, I mean, they were getting shorter for a minute and now we're back on the normal. So I don't know if I was stressed. Maybe this entire podcast has been born out of fraud. Because that was what like signaled me to be like, what am I going? But mine have gotten so much heavier. Like I used to be like a solid, like a normal pad kind of thing. And I'm like,
You always wonder, like, who needs a heavy duty tampon?
Yeah, and I'm
you're
like,
oh, now it's me.
Yeah. So that's that's fun.
So fun.
Okay, so irregular periods kind of happening. We're seeing it. Okay, so number 2, hot flashes and night sweats. Sudden feelings of heat, often accompanied by sweating, can occur during the day or night.
No.
Not yet. Not yet. I don't think I have, but because everybody agrees with me that it's hot when I say it's hot. But sometimes I'll be like, it's so hot in here, like in the middle of the night, like not in the middle of the night, but like I'll wake up and Wilder will wake up and Mark will wake up. It's like, I don't know what happens. I don't know if our HVAC's wonky, but I'm not going to count it as a hot flash just because everybody in the house will be like,
I would agree. If your
It's hot.
toddler and your husband are experiencing it well,
They're not going through perimenopause.
I hope. Okay, so number 3, mood swings. Increased irritability, anxiety, or depressive symptoms may arise due to hormonal fluctuations. Do y'all feel?
I mean, I've always had like mood swings with PMS. I don't know if it's any more intense than it was before.
I think mine, that's probably one of those ones that I do think it has gotten worse.
Yeah.
My, I guess, annoyance with the general population is bigger. Like my fuse is a little shorter, it seems. But it almost seems like that goes along with my PMS symptoms because it's always been one of my PMS symptoms is just irritability.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's gotten worse. So with that symptom.
yeah,
Right.
I would say I don't think I had a lot of PMS symptoms before. Like my mood wasn't like very, I don't know, my spouse might disagree, but now it's definitely worse. Like besides being emotional, I would like cry easier the week before was about it. But now I feel like, I guess more easily hurt, like probably for maybe about the last like 9 months or so, like I am sure I'm getting divorced. And then like once a month, I'm like, this man is awful to me. How am I still with him? And then I'm like, oh, I still remember.
Yeah.
But then I'm still like, no, but he still was mean.
It's valid, but
So more sensitive?
Yeah, I guess more sensitive.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's the only reason I would say it's like connected to it is because it is always right before I start my period.
Yeah.
right. Like there's a clear
So, and I used not to feel that way. So
right.
before it was, I would just cry at a commercial or a movie, and now it's personal, I guess. But
Yeah, no, I think I'm feeling more anxious lately than
Okay.
I felt before. Like I've never struggled with like that sense of like
anxiety,
like
Yes.
impending, and it's kind of like
See, I
what
haven't
you're
had that
saying
for a while.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
anxiety I'm used to.
And yeah, so I think anxiety I've felt increased. Like I'll feel it for things. Like it used to be like I'd feel anxiety like I'm about to do something out of my typical routine. Like, okay, I'm anxious, but it's like I'll be like, there is 100% of nothing different happening today. Like, why am I feeling like?
And do you notice it cycle?
And
when you're
it's like, like then I'll be like, and because I'll like check my watch, and it's not really like right before my period, but it's like in the like literal halfway point,
right,
like
right after
yeah,
your
like
luteal phase.
yeah. And so I'm like, okay, you can at least like you still feel crappy, but I'm like, at least I know like
Yeah.
there's a like your period starts in 15 days. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, so I do feel that happening more. Sleep disturbances, number 4, difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling unrested. I know we've talked about this a little bit, but
I've had that since as long as I
forever,
can
like,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of being a light sleeper and then just taking a long time to go to sleep because my brain is just kind of is on
Going,
overdrive when
yeah.
I decide to go to bed. So I've always kind of had that. So
Yeah.
it's still happening. I
Right.
haven't noticed it gotten worse. So I'm not sure if
Yeah, I would
if
say
it's
that.
just, I think mine's probably more stress and
Yeah.
stuff related than
like just being a
cycle.
mom and
Yeah.
adult and
and all the family adult stuff that I
Yeah.
had to do lately. So
No, I mean, I get insomnia connected to anxiety, but that's not worse than ever. It's just the
it's
same.
pretty.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, every once in a while when you get more stressed, or I got sick, so I had issues sleeping, but
Yeah.
it's not like a normal thing,
Right.
So I don't think that's impacting me that much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what my sleep is supposed to be anymore because my toddler is insane. Like,
He's still
he's still
up
like
till
like,
forever?
he'll be normal. Like I'll do my little light thing. Like I'll go take him outside immediately. And then just sometimes he gets on like some weird nap schedule. And like, it's like if, no offense to any grandmas that watch my children, but it's like sometimes he's with them and I'm like,
Did he just sleep all day? Yeah.
like, so then we get him and he's like, hey, let's party. So anyways, but I don't think I'm feeling like different, like other than that.
Yeah, we
like it's,
haven't got
because we've
that one yet.
Yeah. Oh, this one's personal, but we'll be fine. Vaginal dryness, number 5. Decreased estrogen levels may cause dryness or discomfort during intimacy.
Well, I think that's also like, especially because I think our kids are like younger. I think than we had kids a little. I mean, especially you guys, your kids are even younger. But like a lot of that's along with like pregnancy and breastfeeding. So
Right.
I don't think I feel like I'm better now than I was like then. So I'm gonna say not yet.
yeah, I'll say not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue.
I feel like now, but I use pads. Sometimes I think it's because I use pads and that's like irritating or something more than it needs to be.
You're still breastfeeding and stuff though. I mean,
yeah.
so
I mean, but is it real breastfeeding now?
I
Like,
don't know.
because he doesn't like use a meal. Like it's not. It's just like
I'm sure it
comforting.
still affects
Like,
your hormones.
it's got to be right.
well, you're still producing a lot of milk, right?
I mean, I guess sometimes it feels like I am, and sometimes it feels like I'm not. Like they don't feel different, really.
Okay.
Like, but I'm sure once they're done, this is gonna look great.
Well, because I know when I was breastfeeding, I know I breastfed until they were older too, like maybe in their 30s.
Yeah,
but like, it was still like milk.
Yeah,
milk.
mine
like,
too.
Yeah,
They were
like I heavy
the
and
mine
like,
were
like he'll wipe his mouth. Like he's like,
yeah, so he's good.
Yeah,
it's still affecting your
it's-
hormones.
yeah.
Okay, number 6, a reduced libido. A decrease in sexual desire is common due to hormonal shifts. You're still good. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
I'm just terrified of sex. I'm
Might be getting a baby.
like, I'm back in high school.
I think you should have another baby, Marie.
Oh, okay. But I don't know if I've got a reduced libido. I still want it the same amount. I
just don't wanna
I'm
do
not
it.
You're just
testing out
tired
on it.
and-
Yeah, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not a like this is
situation.
pretty.
Like, it's not am I having it as much as I'd like?
Right.
No.
Right.
Because of, everything in life.
I'm like, well, I'd rather
but do I
nap.
would like to have it? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so number 7, fatigue. Persistent tiredness or low energy levels may become more noticeable.
Not worse than
Not worse
any
than
other time.
yeah,
normal. No.
a
Shelly's like,
little bit. I think part of it's probably again because of the poor sleep.
Yeah.
and then also just the stress
of
the
just
last
life.
couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. Because you were caught in the caring for little kids and caring for a parent for a couple years. So you were feeling all of it.
Yeah.
Like
since 2018.
Yeah.
Caring for not only children, but adults.
Yeah. Number 8, weight changes, unexplained weight gain, especially around the abdomen, or difficulty losing weight.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, it's definitely harder to lose weight as I get older. Like, it used to not be as hard to lose
Right.
it. And then I do tend to put it on. Like, I've always carried it in my hips. And
you're seeing it more in your...
I'm seeing it more in my stomach. But
Yeah.
That changed for me after having kids. I used to have it in my hips and tush. And after kids, when the stomach got big, I felt like getting it to go back down
was impossible.
Impossibility. And now I can't tell because of the bypass surgery and all that jazz. So
Yeah, I like to blame it on the perimenopause as well.
no thanks, Perimenopause's fault for $500.
Yes, thank you. I did gain a significant amount of weight, I guess, the past year. I was able to lose some of it, and with the holidays and everything like that, I gained a couple pounds back. But you have to be super mindful to lose any of it. Like, so yeah,
it doesn't come off just by like,
Exactly.
just be more active.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I have to count my protein and my
right. Like all of it has to be.
And that term, is it the minnow belly? Or is it like the apron belly? I feel like I have that, but again, it's like because I have 2 kids,
right? Like, what were we expecting?
Yeah. So I mean, I have that little like apron belly deal that I just want to get rid of.
Right.
I think like even when I was after my second kid, even after I was like, I got like pretty small, like that skin just doesn't go back. And I remember I was like doing a plank or something, and my baby was on the floor. She's like, "Why does your skin do this?" And I'm like, "Because you were in there and I gained 70 pounds." Like,
it's your fault.
Yeah. She's like, "Why is your skin floppy?"
I'm saying, unless you have a baby when you're 18 or something, and you're done, kind of thing. That stomach's probably not gonna go back. The skin,
I mean, it looks fine. It's the elasticity.
The elasticity of the skin.
I don't mind. It's nothing where I
back.
like aesthetically or whatever. It's fine,
Right,
but like health wise, I know that you can like it's harder to keep and to put on muscle, and it's harder like if you gain a couple pounds every year, then when I'm 60, I don't want it. So like that's why I'm like, okay, I really should do
it's easier to deal with this on the front end than it is like
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're hearing more and more about that. I
don't know
feel
if
like
that's perimenopause or aging, or if it's all one and the same, or
That's
what.
true.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so weight changes are a bit. Oh, I do too. I'm like, it's not coming off. It's keeps coming on. I'm like, more to love. No. I think one thing that did change my mind though, like they're talking about like your like just how bad like abdomen fat is compared. So
didn't they just changed like the BMI? And now it's like your hip to waist ratio is what.
They're
which
more
I'm
concerned
always
about
in
that.
favor of because
you got a small waist and a big booty, so you never have an issue on this new BMI scale. So you mean I'm healthy again?
Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Oh, okay. So number 9, memory and concentration issues, experiencing brain fog, forgetfulness, or trouble focusing.
Ding ding, I'm the winner there.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't.
Shelly, I feel like
Your
are
brain
like
is
the
so in shape.
sharpest.
I know, but it's going. I know it's going. Right after school, or right after the holidays, the Monday after, I guess, New Year's, I took the kids to school. I was the only one because it was closed. So
Shelly was looking forward to her day off. She's like, I can have a day off without the kids.
no, I was back at
She's
work.
like,
that
get out with
day.
your kids.
I was like,
Figure it out.
what the heck? Because I was wondering, because that was like, it was supposed to, they had like forecasts for ice. I'm like, why is the school not closing?
Okay.
I'm taking them. It didn't close. Why didn't it close? They close when they, think about stuff. Why wouldn't it closing?
And I think
that's
other,
why, because
other
already
school
closed.
systems
Yeah,
were
other school
open.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Or no, but like we were in
We
school,
were
I
open,
think.
yeah.
Yep. So
That is
just
so funny.
and I've done other things like that. I'm like, so I'm just having these crazy
Right.
brain foggy moments.
That's
like,
funny because
I can remember who my 9th grade English teacher was.
Listen,
but
like
I
I'm
can't-
pretty good at keeping track of the kids'
Day-to-day stuff.
day-to-day stuff, and
I didn't
stuff.
even
But
look at their schedule, so it wasn't that I forgot it. I just never even looked. I just
you
assumed.
just
Yeah, you're like-
it does usually start on the Monday back.
Yeah.
My little one, she didn't start back till that Tuesday.
Ours
either,
was
but-
Wednesday, so
Yeah,
So,
no.
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm making some crazy brain things, and like yesterday I was driving home or whatever. Matt was talking to me, so I can't. Normally I can handle a conversation and driving at the same time. And I get off at my mom's exit. He's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, I don't know. I just kept on driving.
That's how the rest of us have lived our entire lives. Like I have done that
down to
so
mere
much.
mortal
Like
status.
my entire life, I miss exits all the time driving my kids somewhere.
That's an
And
earlier exit.
see, that'd be you. I always miss it, and then I'm stuck getting off in like Old Hickory Boulevard because
I can go.
Yeah.
Well, I just
so my
account
brain has just gotten wonky.
you
lately.
give yourself extra time.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know I'm going to get off at the wrong exit.
Oh, really?
Like if I'm downtown, like
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to just go wherever I want to.
I get off like at 65, so I get off at such different exits depending on where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, so
And y'all are like, we run T-Dot and we know exactly where we're going.
these
Shelly.
He's no longer at T-Dot.
Yeah.
I know, but y'all been in the
These
T-Dot
are like,
level,
what's wrong with you guys?
so we've made it very simple.
No, we've not. I think I have my moments. I feel like, again, maybe it's going with kind of like the PMS cycle, but
Mhm.
there are days where I just feel like I can't concentrate,
Right.
or I'm just not as sharp as I normally am.
Yeah.
But I'm like a super. I feel like I'm a high. I'm very productive, and I can be very task oriented.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of like, yeah, just getting lost in that tracking my task. I feel like, but it's not terrible. It's just just
You're
kind of
right.
like, I'm like, hey, my brain's not working that well today. Like, I'm just not going to get done as fast as I
think
thought I
that's
would
like-
be. Yeah.
That's probably like normal. Where you have days. Of,
Yeah.
like for me, it's usually like, okay, I need another cup of coffee or something.
Yeah.
Just like kind of reset. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna go step outside and then I can
Yeah,
kick in.
Get
And
like
I'm-
a fresh
I
air.
almost feel like because I spent 15 years not working and like not using that part of my brain like a lot. You know, I always said I was like overeducated, understimulated, and now that I'm working part time, I'm like, I feel like my mind is like maybe I'm preventing
feeling
dementia
good.
or
Yeah.
something. I don't know, but the everyday ditziness, missing exits, or like that stuff, I still do. And I can't remember anybody from high school or any of our teachers the way Shelley can. But I don't think that's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
The
that's
long-term
not
memory is still
possible
there.
yet.
It's the short-term I'm struggling with right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I'm perimenopause brain fogging, like in a lot of ways. Like I think, I don't know, it's hard because I'm like, I was never like on top of it before. Like it wasn't some reason.
I'm just less on top
I'm
of
way
it.
less. Like
You're
But
more
you chose
childlike.
to not be on top of it back then. Now
Yeah.
are you not on top of it because you're forgetting? Or
I don't know. And maybe sometimes
Just
I'm
the
like,
way-
maybe I'm
toddler braining. Like I feel
It
like
might be that,
I feel like having like young kids, you're so much of your brain
There's
effort
something-
is going to keep them alive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I care.
She's like, this is her
Third one. It's
He
such a
cares very-
different like dynamic. I'm like, I was.
This is why my husband said we can't have a third
Yeah,
one.
it is because he'd be like. But yeah, it was like Otis has, he has his sweet tea. We'll take it someplace, and then like Wilder will go get it. And there's other moms, they're like, why is a 2-year-old drinking just like straight,
Straight
like
up.
big, large sweet tea, like walking around? Like, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't care. But so I don't know. I'm not like super invested in, and I mean, I never was, but yeah, I don't feel like I'm ever. Like I have looked up. I'm like, is it dementia? Like, have I started? Like, is it that? Because it's like it'll be like recall. Like, what word goes with this? Like, I feel very not good at words anymore, which is so weird. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Like,
Like my
I've lost words
13-year-old
for, like-
and my husband makes such fun of me because I'll like stop in the middle of a sentence and they're like, "What were you saying?"
yeah, and I'm like, I don't.
I was just feeling like I was accomplished and I did not have brain fog. And then you pointed out
remember
that
that. I mean, I
I
literally
forgot.
Googled
I had
it.
brain fog about my brain fog.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like all the time I'm like, like I feel like, no offense, my mom, like how she'll be like, just like want me to finish her sentences. And then now I feel like I'm looking at my kids like, you know what I'm talking about.
I
And
do
I'm
that
like,
all
yeah,
the
like,
My mom doesn't though.
but she doesn't. My mom does. So, but I feel like it was more of a second language thing than it was but so I'm definitely like feeling that part. But I mean, I don't feel like I'm like, here's my brag. Me and my siblings have started doing like New York Times mini crossword puzzle every day, and we share our scores. I'm destroying them. I'm destroying them.
Take that.
Yeah,
make
but
it
not
double
with your
names.
intelligence.
Yeah, I'm not listening to intelligence. I'm like,
It's just your quick thinking.
I'm like quick, just normal everyday, like impromptu talking is gone. Like,
tired though.
it might be. I mean, yeah, it could
You
just
ever
be
think-
sleepy. I could
Yeah.
just need a nap. I don't know. I might, but yeah, like the desire to like finish a sentence is very low sometimes.
I know they know what you're getting at. Yeah, that's
Come
me.
on,
I'm
people.
like, they get mad. They're like, "What are you going to say?" I was like, "You know what I was going to say."
Marie wants to chat GPT all her responses.
Everything. I mean, I can't. There's nothing better for me than Chat GPT. I mean, like for it to come at this stage in my brain game, I'm
Yeah.
like, and maybe that advanced it. Like I'm like, I'll just figure out. Like ChatGPT is my crutch.
See all this new social medias and things like that. I'm like, I feel like it's coming at the worst time because I'm at the point where I'm like,
I don't care.
I can't learn anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm getting off of this.
It's too full.
Yeah.
You know, I can't put anything else in there because I can't remember what you told me 10 minutes ago.
It's so true.
And then that happens. You'll be, or we'll all be one of those old people who just aren't in touch with the
my
newest
mom is
technology.
Like, like that. She's like, one day I'll learn how to email, or maybe I won't.
See,
So anytime she has to send an email, we have to
92-year-old grandpa gets on Facebook and
I love
prints
it.
out the pictures
That he
and
wants
hangs them
it.
out.
Oh, that's so
and
good.
he emails, he gets like orders stuff online. Like, I'm like, okay.
I want to
He can do
stay
it.
there.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I feel like I'm pretty perimenopausal. Like I can, but I feel like you guys aren't. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I am.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, because like so menopause is just when you've had the like medical definition of menopause is a year without period.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Menopause itself, I guess,
So
one day.
anything,
one day
So anything before that is like
is
Pre.
Well,
yeah.
There's perimenopause, which is when it starts, and there's premenopause. So anything before the estrogen drop starts.
So I remember so my husband went to osteopathic school. So a part of it, they learn like manipulations, like aligning your back and stuff. And I remember, he's got the table, and it was why he's in med school. And he was like, my parents came up to visit us, and he was like showing them like, adjusting my back. And my mom was like, oh yeah, do mine. And he was like, well, I just don't know about perimenopausal bones. And my mom was like, how old I am now? She was like, what? And he's like, I think about that all the time. I thought your mom was old.
y'all were already married because I know she wouldn't let you.
Well,
She'd be like,
I
"We're
don't think
done."
I'm in perimenopause because I took a test.
That's I love
So yeah. So right around November, Thanksgiving, there was like this thing popping up in my feed, which I did share to you guys the link to it, and then like it went like on Black Friday sale. So I was like, well, let me get it. So I got it and I ordered it, and you have to do it once a week for 4 weeks.
What do you do, pee on it?
Yeah, just
It's like a pregnancy
you got to
test.
pee in a cup, and then you put these little
Okay.
sticks in it for a few seconds. So there's 2 different sticks, so you got to do it in the cup.
What does it measure? Estrogen,
Estrogen
progesterone?
and progesterone. So you do that, and you do that, and you have to do it with the first of the day urine. So you just wake, sometimes sometimes I want to go to that bathroom and then go back to bed.
Yeah.
So I had to do this, and that was annoying. It was a horrible experience taking this test.
Horrible experience. Peeing in a cup.
Yeah, at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to go back to bed. But so I would do that, so you test it or whatever, and then you take a picture of the little stick. And then the app tells you, based on the stick, what the things are. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, it gives you a report of where you are.
Oh.
According to this report, I am not in perimenopause.
Okay.
My numbers are still in the normal range.
Oh.
That doesn't say, because I didn't do it before then, that they're in, lower than
for
my
you.
normal
Yeah.
range.
Right.
I could still be starting to
like now
experience
you have like a
symptoms, but
baseline for you.
Exactly,
So if you did it again in 2 years, you could
Yes.
see that's kind of
That's a
smart.
good.
Yes.
Because I know they say like there's not a whole lot of use to these tests like that because we
Yeah,
don't
the
know
one
what's coming
time,
for
one
you.
shot,
and-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true. But if you
But-
you use your own result,
Data.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
your
yeah.
comparison,
I could
yeah.
do it maybe next Thanksgiving if they put it on sale again, because it was only like $50 when they had it on sale. Yeah. So I could do it again maybe next Thanksgiving and
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
And compare.
That's
a good idea.
So
I like
so
it.
according
So
to
you are not.
I'm
You're
still
in the normal community
normal
population range.
premenopausal.
Do they give you are you close to the edge of the range?
They
to
show
where-
it to you and stuff.
Did
So.
you feel like you were kind of just smack dab in the middle, or kind of like almost at the turning point?
Well, it's because your levels of progesterone and estrogen change during your cycle.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So at some points I was kind of towards a low end. Sometimes I was kind of in the middle.
Right.
So
That's really interesting.
I didn't study it that hard. To
Right.
know.
She said, "I'm normal. I'm
At
good."
At this point in my cycle, I'm really getting close to being.
I like how Shelly's been like peeing on sticks and had this information
know.
and did not share it with us till right now.
That is group chat material,
Right.
Shelly.
We're glad.
Well, we did not have a December.
We
meetup.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shelly's like, "You guys
And-
want to talk? Let's talk about all the team meetups we were supposed to have."
So
I just
completely
can't-
ignored. You guys got
I am fine on having them, but I don't want to just not show up to you guys. So that's why I finally.
Somebody else to cancel because I'm not going to cancel.
I finally just canceled the whole set because I didn't want to not do something on Thursday nights thinking that we might do this. So
It's like when I saw the canceled thing, I was like, "We're in trouble."
no, I'm just like I'm just not prioritizing you guys. Until y'all tell me we're doing it, and then I'll set a new meeting for that day.
I mean, that's the type of friends we are. Like, let's just ignore her
You did.
and see what happens.
And it's funny because my little text thing tells me that I know you saw it because it says seen by me.
We all saw it. I was just waiting for somebody else to say no.
But it was funny.
I was like, well, if no one's going to say anything, neither am I.
What's funny is I texted you guys. We had just got. I texted you earlier, but that night we went out to dinner, so that's why I didn't even make it home until like 5 minutes till it was supposed to start. So,
Shelly's racing home too.
no, but I was like, do I need to get home soon? I was like, I'm not going to prioritize getting home in time, but if I get there, I'll hop in, kind of thing, or I'll call from the car like you did before. But after that, I was just like, well, we'll just cancel this one. We don't seem to be using them. So.
Yeah.
If we need to have one as a one-off, I can reset it.
So while we were doing our challenge, we were doing weekly Teams meetings and just kind of talking about like how the week went.
Yeah.
And they were great, but
It's a lot.
it was a lot. And we were like busy, and Thursdays are, busy. And but Shelly, our rock, was always there for us.
She said, if y'all are doing this, I'm here.
And she's still friends with the three of us for
30 years of
Well, no, there's that one day that I did forget, and I felt bad.
No, you shouldn't
never feel bad about forgetting.
Because in order for all of y'all to meet, I had to log in.
Yeah.
Because it was through my thing.
But
so that's why I felt so bad.
Don't feel like we're ever upset.
So that's why after that, I was like, I have to check and make sure. Like, I don't want to
be the one.
Crap, I forgot about it. I'm at dinner. Y'all go ahead. You know? But
no,
we could figure it out, Shelly, if we really wanted to meet.
Google call each other.
Yeah. Shelly's account is so in the black on like
getting
and
I know. Shelly, you could not show up for a podcast recording and we'd be like, well, we'd be really worried.
We deserve it.
We'd be really worried, actually.
Yeah, we would be worried.
We'd be looking for your car on the side of the road, but don't do that. You've already established yourself as dependable,
as a constant,
so you can't not show up unless you tell us.
Yeah,
well, that's the tie to that.
You better be careful. We're gonna start watching each
other. I was gonna say some friends like share their stuff to their friends too. So
we could do that. We could be those people.
Yeah.
We're all like,
good. No. I used to say, like, how you can get dogs, like, kind of chipped, or like you can put the little GPS in your kid's shoes and stuff. I'm like, I want one of those if I ever get kidnapped. Because for some reason, I think I'm going to get kidnapped real bad. I'm like, so they can find me.
It's true. I'm like, AirTag my kids, AirTag me.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to be AirTagged.
Like,
I do my kids, though. Like, when they went skiing, we're like, we're put a little AirTag on each of you guys. When they go through the airports, we put them in their backpacks.
Yeah, why not? Like,
and they're not runners. They're like always right next to me. My entire life. They're like right here. But
that's too funny.
For some reason, I think I'm just desirable enough for a kidnapper to come get me, and I'm just afraid it's going to happen. And
I love it.
Well, you can share your location if you want, Shelly. We'll come get you.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Well, I'm afraid that I'm going to bring my phone with me, so that's why I have to have the AirTags hidden somewhere on myself. I don't know. Yeah, there we go.
Now they tell you if you have one that's going with you, because people will put them on like people's cars to track them.
Yeah,
so that it's like
they know where.
So like my husband's the one who has AirTags, but if he has them on his keys. So if I use his keys or whatever, or if I'm driving around, his keys are in my car, they're like, Jeff's AirTag has been following you, and so it lets you know.
My mom borrowed one when we went on our cruise from her cousin, and it was at her house, and I went to her house, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I got this notification on my phone, there's an AirTag near you. I'm like,
like if it's following you, it'll tell you.
I knew she had it. I was like, is that AirTag nearby, or did you already give it back to her? And she's like, no, it's right there. And I was like, okay. I was like, just making sure somebody else ain't trying to.
Yeah, right. People are sticking them on cars to follow people or
that's kind of crazy.
So yeah, has nothing to do with
nothing. No, we might
besides if you start like what do they call it, sundowning, where you lose your mind, just walk around, and we'll tag you, Shelly.
Yeah.
So if you're a kidnapper and you're looking for a perimenopause victim, these three are not it. But I might be in the running.
Marie needs a break from her kids.
No, just pick me up, please.
But just bring her back after a week.